Hello, everyone, and welcome to Revolution Esports. We at Revolution are excited to bring you another awesome season of Overwatch, and now we're into the playoffs of our third season. We're going to be starting off here with Odyssey versus Rock Lobster in a little D3 action in round one, a single elimination bracket. This is Paul on the play-by-play alongside Worst doing color commentary. Worst, how are you tonight?
Good. How are you? Good. How are you?
Living the dream, my dude. So we are getting ready for some really exciting round one action here. Um, Thinking in terms of the bans, what do you expect here on this first control map?
Since the bans are the Roadhog, Sigma, Doomfist, Brigitte bans from a little while ago, on Li Jiang in specific, going in here on control point, we'll probably be seeing. You can see a lot of Arissa Reinhardt, or Rein Zarya. I would typically tend to see Rein Zarya, Rein Diva here, typically because that's what a lot of teams are practiced on, especially the Rein Zarya in this Division 3. You do see a lot of the Zarya, very strong in the sense that it gives you a lot of just forward momentum and pressure, as the Zarya beam does a lot of damage even through Diva Matrix. So the frontline battle is typically goes in the favor of the Rein Zarya, but the Diva can get her value by denying ultimates and denying space from DPS. So we'll be seeing two different styles coming in here.
It'd be interesting to see, like you said, how the space game plays out here. We're going to see a Ryan Demon to a Ryan Zarya. Both teams have a Lucio. Interested to see how many of them boost into each other. Both teams running a Kree here, and Lucio will be the first one down for Odyssey here as we get familiar with colors. Reaper going to go down as well. A 6-on-4 advantage early for Rock Lobster, and they're going to look to push them out back to spawn, and Ryan goes down, and that looks like it's going to be an early initial fight. Looking like that May paying off dividends early, letting them set up and brawl in.
Yeah, the May on for Rock Lobster here, and there's actually no May for Odyssey. Unexpected because May is such a strong character, especially on Control Center, where the wall does you so much space and really just destroys the enemy front line, and there's no counter May exactly as you see here.
Yeah, great counter wall, and here going to get an easy pin. May's going to go down there to a Junkrat, so they're going to have themselves in a 5-on-5, but with no shield to go in. Zarya looking like she's pretty high charge right now. Let's zoom in there myself and see. Oh man, control is early in the night, 92% for the Zarya, so they're going to be sitting on that. Grab's going to come in. Ryan's going to be the first one down. Odyssey's going to lose a couple people in that ult battle here. Exchange, they're going to be down one extra. Retreat on the point. They'll be down a few. Oh, I'm sorry, I think I'm mixing up here. They're going to be down a little bit, though, as they're going to reset back onto point.
Yeah, that forward hold not really paying out, but we will be seeing here Rock Lobster streaming back in, just stalling out. The Zarya was able to get 2 picks exiting there. Really good, and the Shadow coming out here.
Oh, a fat Shatter. 3 are going to go down early. Moira and Junk going to get caught. Lucio join them in the grave as well, going back to spawn. Diva out of mech. And Rock Lobster will finish off the fight there.
Despite it not looking good for Rock Lobster the early, really just losing that forward engagement, even with the Grav, losing so many. Amphetamine on the Zarya managed to get 2 picks exiting there. Really allowed them to stall out the point.
Oh, look at Junk going around the side there, where so he might be able to catch a fat 3 here, and he does. He finds the 3. Blizzard comes out, finds 1, but will it matter? Odyssey still looking to get back to point. They might have an opportunity here. Amazing play going around that side as we saw it firsthand here.
A lack of flank control by the McCree of Rock Lobster. The McCree there, you don't really need to be looking front as the McCree because you have the May wall. The May wall is going to secure that choke. You need to be focusing the flanks, especially with a Junkrat where you're suspecting has a tire. You need to be controlling those flanks and just failed to do so. But going in here, Kirby with that nano is going to try to get that Reinhardt in the front position.
High Noon goes up, May goes down. Maybe use too many ults early on for Odyssey in that last fight as a huge anti comes out against Odyssey here. They're going to look to play in. They have a 2-man, 3-man lead, and they're going to look to hold spawn door here. They basically playing the same game at this point as Rock Lobster did just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, Rock Lobster had a good wall there from close spots, but I honestly don't know how he got picked off by that. McCree ult had plenty of time to reposition and hide, but I guess failed to do so.
Yeah, he got caught out just outside the shield. It looked like they're going to retreat on the point. We're going to speed them back. We'll see a soft reset here. Kirby still got that nano working on a grab, maybe a grab nano combo coming up. Junk's going to have another tire. He'll look for another fat one as a High Noon comes out for Rock Lobster. Gets eaten up, denied by Raccoon here. Ryan's going to get nano on point. They're going to play against the outside door. Tire comes in from outside. Massive with another triple kill for the Junkrat.
And that's where you're seeing the lack of a diva here for Rock Lobster really hinder them in a sense. The Junkrat able to control that high ground and no one is able to contest him. If you have a diva, the diva can jump up there on that Junkrat and kind of just deny that space from him, and he can't just sit up there for free and melt down damage. But we'll be seeing the recontest.
We had two massive team fights brought about simply on the Riptire. He's already at 20% on his next one. If he's able to get that for this final fight, as they look to stall in overtime, they need to retake quick or find a way to keep the Junkrat at bay. They look to move in as a 6 unit here. Bubble comes out on the right. He's not able to push in, just close distance. Blister comes out into a shatter. They're going to stop each other. High Noon comes up, not able to find anybody here through another Diva E. Another great job here by Raccoon eating. Ryan goes down, no shield up here for Rock Lobster, and it looks like Odyssey's going to bring this back all the way.
You just really see the diva paying dividends, or the Zarya not really paying off. Once you lose that front road momentum, you've been repelled from the front line and they've taken point. It's very difficult for you to really recontest in with the Zarya. There's so much spam damage coming in from the McCree, from the Junkrat. The Zarya bubbles can't take it. Diva Matrix is infinite amount of damage eaten for about 2 seconds. That's so much better than 200 damage on a shield, on a bubble. That's why a lot of teams would rather have the Diva for a recontest, for a pushing into spam, because it allows you to eat so much of that damage.
And I would say that we end up seeing a couple ways to McCree ults there versus the DPS, so it's absolutely making a difference for Squaddle. You know, 2 triple kill is absolutely swinging the fight, swinging the round, and ultimately might swing the result of the match, or this map here.
But here we do see Night Market. The Symmetra coming out here from Odyssey, a tried and true method on this map, will be going to the window and dropping to the point to take that early control.
All 6 on point, turrets are up. Odyssey nice and secure here on point. They're going to catch the Rhine, slowed down by the turrets. He gets caught in the choke. He's going to be the first one down. No shield, so they're going to look to back up. No Diva Matrix either. Symmetra will go down, but it won't matter. They'll be able to take an early control here and with a nice reset. So the Symmetra, like you said, we're seeing. I've definitely personally seen a lot more in ladder 2, where both teams sort of identically start from up top and just drop in. And they've got a really good brawl comp to work with.
Yeah, the Symmetra turret allows you to take point really quickly and take the space you need, especially with the Symmetra that wants to sit on point and wants people to push into them and gather up that charge. It's just extremely good for the Symmetra to get there early. But it does seem that Black Lobster taking the far side on this point.
With a great wall coming up, trying to block some people off. Symmetra will come out though. 3 are going to go down early. 4. And though it looks like they might have had a good initial effort, nothing paying off there with that wall.
Yeah, it was basically a 6v5 as the Lucio Thunderous had been booped early and was just trying to wall ride back up, but failed to do so. So they just pushed them into a 6v5 and just took that fight with the Symmetra wall. A very strong ultimate. It denies healing, it denies damage, it denies everything. Such a strong ultimate.
High Noon's going to come out early here for Odyssey. They've got beat drop as well. Rock Lobster coming in with a Moira ult, both DPS ults and Lucio ults forthcoming. They might have 2 or 3 more good fights left. Maywall will come up, not find anybody trapped in it. Very good peel so far for Odyssey. Rock Lobster's going to push in. 2 ults come out. Shatter doesn't catch anybody. Beat drop comes in to counter the Moira ult, excuse me. No shield, it looks like, for Intex. He's going to hold and wait. Reaper's going to come in with his ult, get stunned, and kill it out of it. Blizzard takes the entire point here. Zebra Cookie popping off for a couple of kills here. Symmetra as well. They're going to trade 2 and 2 here. Symmetra going to get some charge. That's going to be a dangerous battle here to keep up. They're not finding the Symmetra early enough here. Moira's going to finish off the Lucio for her. Diva's going to be staggered on point. And it looks like Odyssey might cruise to a first map win here.
Yeah, and these long fights, these long engagements, Symmetra pays dividends. She managed to build up her ult in that entire fight after using the last fight. That's an incredibly fast ult building because no one's on the Symmetra killing her. Not pushing in fast enough, but
98, 99, and 100. They won't touch in time. Are close to a Charlie 9er, not quite, and Odyssey will win map 1.
Yeah, Odyssey there with that composition, they just played it. They played it a lot better in the sense that they made the fights go slower, but it's also kind of a misstep from Rock Lobster where you have the Lucio, but you're still engaging so slow. And the Symmetra loves it when you're going to engage slow because you can just break down your shield over and over and over again, and that was just kind of the downfall. The tanks went down for Odyssey, but the DPS in Zebra and in Squalt were just able to carry that the fight before.
Absolutely. And so with that, we'll take this time to remind you that this is a playoff format, best of 5 or a race to 3, whatever's easiest for you to think about it that way. So that will be 1 point to Odyssey in their quest to get 3. This is a single elimination bracket, round 1. So if Odyssey wins, they will move on to round 2 and then continue on into the finals. Just to remind you that you can find Revolution Esports on Twitter @_Revolution OW. You can find us on Discord, which we will add to the chat here with our handy robots. So we'll add that into the chat now. You can also use our discount code with Rogue Energy, TORB10. That is TORB10. And that is our affiliate code with Rogue Energy. We will continue. Oh, sorry, where's as we're looking at this next map, so what changes you expect to see from Rock Lobster here against this Odyssey comp that ends up being really brawly?
Rock Lobster, they didn't look bad on the May. The May, I think, is it's a good strategy. It's a good starting style to go around. Like the May is very versatile. You can play it on a lot of different maps and different points. But I want to see more effectiveness out of that May wall. The May wall on night markets, counter to how it was on Control Center, you didn't find that much value with it. And you really, when you have a May, you're looking for that May to try and carry fights with that wall. The wall is just a fight carrying ultimate where it splits off tanks. And where the Rhine was overextending from Odyssey a couple times there, you should expect the May from Rock Lobster to really get those walls in and wall off the Reinhardt or the opposing any of the tanks there from Odyssey and try and kill them down. We will be going to Rialto here, and this is Rock Lobster picking Rialto. So I think they might want to be switching off the May, maybe more of a DPS like a Pharah or a Sniper kind of compositions. That's typically what you tend to see on Rialto. First, you can see the May. It's very strong in the first corner. It can section off tanks. It can get them rotate the wall with other abilities, and you can win fight after fight. But a lot of times you do see teams opt in for a Pharah here.
And I wonder if we see Odyssey come back with squad on Junkrat here, because ultimately, if you think about it in terms of momentum shifting, I mean, Rock Lobster had a firm grasp on point, and then when Squaddle got that triple kill, the first one anyway, with Tyre, and they never recovered. You know, there was another triple kill after that, and they kind of just ran out the rest of the map. So you wonder if maybe they're trying to find a map where Junkrat isn't as good, or maybe they can play into their own strengths away from that. Not as many flanking positions or positions that they can better counter. And instead, they might be looking for something like that with Rialto.
Yeah, I would not expect the Junkrat here. Junkrat is just any sniper can beat a Junkrat on this map, especially because of the longer line of sights and angles, especially on defense, where on defense the Widow can sit in the back of the under the arch, or not under the arch, but in the arch or on the courtyard. And they have line of sight on every single position of which a DPS would want to come, including flanking angles. So they can see everywhere you want to come, and that just gives the Widow so much power, and the Junkrat won't find any value against that Widow. So I don't really want to see a Junkrat, even on defense, because Pharah can come out on the attack, and Junkrat does tend to struggle into Pharah. So.
Well, that's what I'm even thinking. Like, if I'm playing a Junkrat here and I mine and try to blast out or up, like I can't even think of a spot where like I'm not hitting like some sort of overhang or bridge or something. It just seems like a really cluttered map for a Junkrat to have any sort of escapability that he really thrives with.
Yeah, it'll be tough for a Junkrat to try and get value here. Although it could be done if you do see a mistake come out from the opposition. I think Junkrat can get easily punished though. So if they're in any sort of position to counter the Junkrat, they will tend to achieve that. But it will be Odyssey on the defense here. Again, opting into defense on Rialto. This first point, a very defense-heavy point. You tend to see a lot of first holds on this map because you have so long for the defense to get back. It's a very long point, and the first corner you can hold, spawn you can hold, and you can still get back for a second contest, even if you don't hold spawn. So it's just very defensive favored, and we will be seeing a May come out here on the defense. No Widowmaker.
No Widow on defense, but like you said, though, no. So we're not seeing a Junkrat out of squad. And probably a good thing for him is, again, to your points, the counters. We're seeing a Widow and a Far on offense. So Rock Lobster kind of making sure, even if they did think about running a Junkrat, they're not going to allow it. They're not going to let those tires come out. Anything sort of flanky, they're going to opt for a Baptiste along with the Diva. Both teams running a Rhine Diva here, no Zarya. So it's really trying to open up the game here as we head into the streets.
the Baptiste will offer the front line have a little bit more survivability with that lamp. They can take a little bit more damage than an Ana would allow because of one, the AoE healing, and then two, the lamp. But we'll be seeing this Pharah in the air. Let's see if Zebra Cookie can try and shoot her down. It's gonna be difficult.
I would say McCree's got a one-man job here. He's got his Ana alongside with him, but that's about it. Early on here, Rock Lobster's Diva is put to sleep. She's going to get healed back up. They're going to push this cart for free around the first bend in the road and down the alley. May's going to look to set off the flank here. Ryan's stepping up sort of alone here as May finds an early pick on the Widow, going to win that sort of offensive sniper duel. Moira's going to get pinned, followed by a Ryan pin back to back, and they're going to retreat here and wait for their shield.
Well, that's really, really good for Rock Lobster getting 2 exiting picks. There's a long way for this defense to come. They can probably push this first corner. If Odyssey stays on this first corner, they may just die and give up the entire point, staggering that out too hard.
They might need a little bit of a soft reset here, like you said. So Turfu's playing up a little fire with Raccoon, able to get away with it for right now. As he's able to stall point. He keeps stalling. Maywall comes in, going to keep them at bay just long enough to get McCree back. We hear him clicking and rolling back into point. Far's up top here. Pharmacy just waging war. As Zebra's going to go down to an early headshot here from Cry, and that'll be the first pick of this fight. Nano comes out to Ronnie and try to keep up point. Diva Bomb comes in. It's going to find one. Lamp goes down. Nano Ryan still swinging in. Going to keep them at bay. Shield's gone, and they're going to reset.
Rock Lobster is really struggling, even with picks, to try and move forward. Their front line seems very timid, but I think a lot of that comes down to the Mei and the added front line pressure of not having a Mercy. With the Pharah Mercy, your front line has a lot less healing, so it becomes tougher for them, but also that shouldn't inhibit them too much if they're just trying to give their sniper line of sight. It shouldn't really be this difficult to push in here.
It seems like Intex is sort of being left on an island, and afraid to take that island alone. So he gets in these one-on-one matchups with Turfer, who's able to hit a shatter like that. It's caused some serious problems. Diva Bomb doesn't find anybody. Ryan's low though with Lamp. Far Ult comes out, gonna get eaten by Raccoon, like you said, infinite damage. Gonna eat that all day. Zebra goes down. Raccoon and Mix go down. And Rock Lobster here looks like they're gonna push in for the first point. Maybe get one recontest here at Odyssey. We'll see if they're able to get back real quick.
I doubt they'll be able to touch you, but even so, you saw there, even though there was a massive shatter, the lamp kept everyone up alive. And also, it just, the opposite on the, oh, they will be recontesting it. The Diva dive bombing in.
Diva able to get here just in time. Not even looking at the Mercy here early. She's going to get away with healing for free. Intex is going to get frozen. He's going to go down first. No shield left for Rock Lobster. They're going to retreat Divas all the way out. Mercy Pharmacy looking to rotate around. Thunderous is going to jump off or fall off the point. Whichever way you want to look at it. Epic going to go out as well. And an improbable but successful hold here from Odyssey.
Kind of a waste of the nano there for Odyssey, but besides that, I don't understand how Raccoon survived so long. He just dive bombed onto the point by himself and took almost no damage, didn't get demexed at all. Very odd there how he was not focused on immediately as the only one on point, but
nonetheless, he's able to hold on here. Cry's going to get res, so they have a 6-on-6 with 40 seconds left here. Might get 1 or 2 more fights. Ryan's going to get pinned. He's going to go down. They might want to think of a soft reset here. They're only going to have this one last fight and then just trickling in. Turfu's way in there. And they're not going to, they have nothing to challenge him. The far is not giving him much pressure here. Diva working really well, making sure to keep eating away for him. As we see them set up, no ults here early on. Epic about to have Barrage. Thunder going to have window here. Maybe Diva Bomb coming up. Farah's ult is online. High Noon's online though. He sends it up. Is it going to find the Pharmacy? The tumbleweeds roll and nobody goes down. Turfu's got Shatter ready. Diva Bomb might go up early on. Moira ult going to be coming out shortly as well. So we see the first ult come out. Diva Bomb's up. Are they going to touch card? They do. Diva's going to Shatter up point. Barrage off on the back line. Moira's going to go down to it. Lamp's the first one down. Thunder's going to go down as well. McCree goes down. That means there's nobody left to attack the far. Widow's going to go down. And so they keep trading DPS. We hear some pins not finding anybody, but they're going to fall asleep on point. Maywall is going to come up. Ryan's going to keep swinging back and forth. Contest continues. Terfu and Peridot go down. Rock Lobster finding some early picks, keeping them alive. Mix is going to go down, and that should be enough of an advantage to roll to the rest of point here.
Yeah, you should be finishing up here shortly. Not much there left to contest this point. The Mei, no ice block, no wall. The Reinhardt pushing forward, get 2. Does die, but they should be able to clean up that fight, especially with the res.
And they do.
Yeah, you definitely just saw there that a more very chaotic fight, very chaotic fight. But the Pharah kind of succeeds more there, where you have less of the attention focused on the Pharah from the DPS and from the Diva. Because the Diva wasn't solely focused on the Pharah the entire time, the Pharah can get the value she needs. The chaos really just helping out Lobster take that first point.
And we saw Zebra go down there fairly early. We could already see both he and Fire almost back up to their ult, so a lot of action for the DPS. Both are online. Intech's going to have his shatter before Terfu here. Might see that very early on as we see that check mark come live.
Yeah, and the McCree taking high ground. Should be, oh, never mind.
The Diva's going to pedal for the high ground, going to just dance around up top. Blizzard's going to come out, lamps up, so they're not going to go down right away, but there we go. There's going to be a pin and a high noon. So a few ults coming out there for Odyssey, but they're going to be able to get that hold and go into the next fight with 2 more online, or 3 more online.
And that is what a Mei can afford you. Just your main tank finds it so hard to stay alive, especially on that Reinhardt into a Mei where they have the wall available where they can just wall you off and your Rein has no one to help him, especially with the Blizzard too. We'll end up very chaotic here.
Yeah, I would say 2 early picks, the shatter goes down, another shatter comes out as a counter shatter? We'll call it a counter shatter for the sake of argument here. So a couple ults early get burned, Cry gets rezzed. And so we're gonna see Rock Lobster moving in with an early 6-on-5. Intex is gonna go really deep though, get taken out by Raccoon. Another Diva bomb. They just want to press Q it. Synchronized swimming here. Q after Q after Q, but Cry's gonna find the headshots. Q doesn't matter for him, he's just clicking heads. He's gonna be the first one down there. Diva's gonna bomb up basically on a Nano here. She's gonna go on a solo mission, take down the entire team. That goes 3, there goes 4.
Yeah,
and Intex will be the last one down.
The Nano Diva taking out 3 there, really important. Just it becomes a fighter jet even. You're a Nano Diva, you can one-shot most squishies in the game basically with how much damage you do, but also Squaddle swapping over to the Widow from the getting some effect here, obviously.
Early headshot.
Squaddle swapping over to that Widowmaker, trying over the Mei, trying to force into more of a style of trying to take out the Pharah and the opposing Widow. But yeah, let's see if they can. If Lobster can even touch and doesn't look. Maybe they can.
No, they sneak in with the Diva. Diva's gonna get demec'd here, but Barage's gonna come in. Valkyrie's gonna come in. Great shield, great lamp, gonna keep them alive through the high noon. Not gonna find the Moira. It's gonna keep the healing up here for Odyssey. They're gonna maintain position on point. Lamp goes down, Epic goes down. That's gonna be a big hit to the DPS production right now here. As Cry's the only one left, he's gonna remain on point. Not a great competition on point here. Epic's gonna get rezzed, and we're gonna see a sort of a stagnant fight here as they try to stay on point. Raccoon Bomb's gonna come up. Thunder's gonna go down. He's gonna be the first one down here. Once again on the reset for Rock Lobster. Epic's gonna be taken out, I guess, by himself here. Shatter, counter shatter. Nano gets in. Mercy's gonna jump around on point as long as she can, but she won't be able to keep that up. And so that'll be about a solid as equal 1.5 as you can get there for Odyssey or for Rock Lobster.
That's a solid push. You got past first point.
It's a really good
first
push.
Point, yeah, first point is pretty dangerous, and you saw them almost get held there, only with a very scrappy team fight at the end, really allowing them to push past the first point. But it's a fairly solid push for them. But you saw there a swap of the kind of style that they wanted to play onto the Widowmaker for Squaddle. The Mei against the Pharah, what you want to do is 2 things. You want to either focus down the Pharah with snipers, hit scan, and a Diva, or you want to play the ground game. Just go at their tanks, because their tanks don't have a second healer to help them, and they don't have a second DPS to help them either, basically, because the Pharah's off on her own. So you can just take those 2 strategies, and at first they were trying to focus on the tanks with that Mei, but eventually they decided, hey, they have a Widow as well, why not just go to the Widow and try to just counter both at the same time, which is sometimes difficult, but Rock Lobster, Odyssey, my bad, managed to do it, so.
We saw some crazy counter shatter play, so at least 3 times in a row, just like a one down, hand down, man down action.
Yeah, but you will be seeing here on the defense a Widow, Mercy, and a Mei, along again with that Baptiste. Very odd here, opting in for the Mei, not for the Mei, for the Mercy here. The Widow doesn't need the Mercy pocket. Maybe the Res is useful if it's in a Widow matchup, but on the offense from Odyssey, we do see the Symmetra. I wonder how long this can stay around. It's very difficult for Symmetra to really get value at these long distances, but we'll see.
I'd love to see them teleport up top here, drop in, get a fight. There they go. We see get an early fight and then walk back on the point is really how I'm looking to see if he uses Wall's going to keep them away from point here for a little bit longer. Lamp comes out early. Zebra Creek is going to be the first one down here for Odyssey. Cry finds an early pick with that pocket that we were talking about.
Yeah, they'll be pushing up the first corner here, but again, I don't think really you need the Symmetra teleport for that high ground. But they just
whoa, they're just going to go low ground. They're just going to go low ground here. We're going to see 5 go through. Intex is going to get stuck way back on a missed pin. Turfu and Sim are going to fight on point against the May. McCree's kind of split off on the right-hand side. Paradox is going to go down all by himself. But Cry is going to end up now with free reign as sort of everyone gets scrambled here. We'll see some turrets start to appear along the point here, but that's not going to be enough.
I guess that was an attempt to try and get rid of the Widowmaker, but again, an odd twist because you just split your... You have chosen that some people stay on kite and some people go through the teleporter. So you're trying to fight a very split fight. And the May by herself was able to stall 2 people on kite. So you're fighting a 5v4, which isn't that favorable for you, especially when the Widow gets away.
Right, I would say they don't necessarily have 2 separate units in a sense that they don't really have much if they split to defend from the Widow and the walls that are going to come out here. They're going to teleport through to the back line. They're going to look to get the Widow early. They're not messing around. Diva Bomb comes up just through the shield, it looks like. Both bombs come out though, but Alf to me is the only one that's going to find anything early here. Red's going to bring Cry back here for Rock Lobster, and it looks like they're just going to keep picking off Odyssey at sort of at will.
Despite there being 6 people on the side of Odyssey surrounding Cry on the Widowmaker, Widowmaker still survived the vast majority of that team fight. That shouldn't happen. You should be able to focus that Widowmaker down fast enough. But also, I don't think the Symmetra, they swapped out the Symmetra finally, opting in for that Widow, trying to take the Widow duel. But as you saw, the Symmetra wasn't working.
Oh, Terrafu's going to go for a shatter here. Not going to really find anybody here. They're going to continue the shield battle. He's tired of shield battling. He's just going to pin him. Lamb comes up. A lot of School of Charge going to come out from Peridot. Zebra Cook's even the first one down, so Cry finds another pick here. Terrafu's going to go down. That's 2 down early here for Odyssey. They're going to keep pushing carpet. It's not going to make a whole lot of a difference here. They're going to get stuck right into a wall. Baptiste window comes up. They're going to shoot right out of the hut here in front of Health Pack. Still a 6-on-4. No one else is going down, but Diva Bomb coming up. No shield to stop anything. And we're going to see Squadron and Peridot go down, and we're back to a 6-on-4 with a reset due.
Yeah, you saw Terrafu really pin in there into the lamp, and you're not going to kill the Reinhardt with that pin because of the lamp. And you just have to really shield your McCree, because without the shield, the McCree just died to a Widow headshot. You saw that Terrafu had to play passive there and instead decided to go super aggressive.
And we watch the Squadron now. Squadron's seemingly sort of lost on this round, not able to find the comfort pick as he switches to Hanzo. No combo here. He might be able to build ult fast enough though with 45 seconds left to save a fight. Shutter up for both teams. We see it go off for both teams. They trade shatters. They're going to trade Rhines. Both teams are just going to keep up the fight, knowing only one of them, both of them come back at the same time. And we're watching a mirror match here, folks. It's fine. Cry's going to pick up Zebra Cookie. Terrafu's going to go for that pin. He finally found it. No Lamp's going to come out and save him just quite yet, but Terrafu's going to go down as Intex gets the pocket from the Mercy. Epic's going to find 2 picks, and it looks like they're going to have to back out, and they might get a chance to recontest, but if they do, it's going to be with only a couple.
I mean, Thunderous going down late into this team fight could be really good, but the Mercy also going to go down late. The McCree rushing in here.
Going to die on point, maybe hold it just to trigger the overtime timer. Terrafu's going to put wall up, or shield up, excuse me. Raccoon's going to survive it here. Raccoon looking for a pick. Shields down for Intex. They've got a pretty late contest, but BAP window comes up.
Yeah, the BAP window on point here. Also with the lamp keeping that Reinhardt up through that counter pin. The Hanzo on the flank though. Does manage to pick 2.
Ooh! He finds 2. They find 3. Blizzard's going to find both supports though, so they're down. Oh, supports Odyssey down to both their tanks in the Hanzo. He's going to get pinned though. He's not going to make it. It's only 2 tanks left for Odyssey, but they're hanging out. Mercy's going to flutter away. Cry's got the high ground, but that's not going to be
There's a recontest available. There's a recontest available here from Rock Lobster. Their Diva is back and their May is coming back as well. It's a very long way.
Valkyrie's coming back though. Moira gets stinked.
Oh.
McCree gets stinked. Cry's just having a kill fest here. Lamp's going to come out. They're not. Diva's going to take care of it as Ryan keeps swinging. Valk is going to keep the tanks alive just for long enough to keep contesting. But it might not be enough. Another Diva Bomb. It seems like there's one every few seconds here. Mercy's going to go down, and that'll be the end of map 2. going to Rock Lobster.
Yeah, tying up the series 1-1, but we did see the Raccoon decided to sit on cart instead of trying to deny Widow line of sight. And you just saw the Widow uncontested. Raccoon was not on her. The Widow was uncontested and was able to pick two as the fight was progressing. I don't know, recontest, you can't be losing two people. It's so bad for you. And if you're just giving it up to a Widow for free, basically, well, you have the ability to stop the Widow from killing those two people. But you're worried about the Reinhardt on cart, but the Mercy flew back in with with Valkyrie, so kind of a miscommunication there on where the Widow was, or a misstep on how to deal with her. Just seemed they were unable to deal with the Widow for the majority of that attack there. Cry getting so much value, getting the picks he needed, just doing his job as a Widowmaker.
And really finding those headshot clicks right at the end when they needed it most. Seeing a lot of great DPS play back and forth, really swinging the outcomes of all of these matches. Squadra with the double, triple kills here, and Cry with a couple great headshots, sealing it off for Rock Lobster there.
Yeah, and tying up the series 1-1 here. Still anyone's game. Anyone can take this series here. Odyssey winning control, Rock Lobster winning on Rialto Escort with that more Widowmaker and Pharah kind of style, this longer range, this more DPS focused on just getting picks and popping off. And you saw it paid out there where they weren't playing in those close, congested points, trying to push into things with a Mei the entire time. The Mei on defense was used very well by Rock Lobster, walling off the Reinhardt a couple times, getting the Blizzards out. But it was really up to the Widowmaker there. The difference was the Widowmaker able to pop off and buy so much space. Because you saw with the Symmetra, the Widowmaker demands to be answered by something, either an opposing Widowmaker or a tank, or even the entire team with a Symmetra teleporter. I don't know. But you just saw her when the Widow's there. She's such a threat that it demands so much attention and so many resources that it pulled so many resources that the rest of Rock Lobster could kind of just kill them while they were trying to kill the Widowmaker.
For sure. And as we wait here for our next map to load in, we will remind you that we are in the middle of the Revolution Overwatch playoffs. So this is we are watching D3 action between Odyssey and Rock Lobster. But throughout the week, we'll be broadcasting D3, D2, D1, and Grandmaster gameplay with the final finals taking place this coming Sunday. So broadcast will be pretty much every night here at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can look for updates on our Twitter at _revolution OW. That is at _revolution OW. And you can continue to come back here for more broadcasted coverage. We will also have the VODs up as well throughout the week here and throughout these playoffs as we wrap up. If you have not joined it already, please join our Discord, which I will once again link in the chat. We have a lot of exciting stuff going on. We're looking to add more events, upcoming tournaments, upcoming league action, and so we are excited to continue to offer great coverage not only of our games but to offer those games as well. We have this great volunteer community of over 1,000 people now. I believe when I joined, I think I got to be number 998 again. It's sort of the natural fluctuation. When I joined, I was like, oh my god, I put it at 999. Just stare at the screen for a while and it'll change. So please join our wonderful community on Discord again. So you can check us out, Revolution Esports, and on Twitter at _Revolution OW. So it looks like we are getting ready for a assault map here. It doesn't look like we have the map chosen yet.
It seems to be Volskaya Industries we'll be going to here, as Odyssey did opt into Volskaya. But Rock Lobster did decide to swap out Cry for Korspark again. Cry came in the last map for the Widowmaker, but now being swapped out on Volskaya, maybe not wanting to play that Widowmaker.
And Corespark going to come in for Squallow here. So the defining DPS of the first two maps are going to be swapped out here.
Yeah, Rock Lobster will be taking the defense here, as they are the winning team of the last round, so they will be picking their side. They did decide on defense, as most teams usually tend to do. They tend to pick defense because it allows you to set your own goal for the map. It's much easier to cap a point. If you have to know that you only have to cap, like, say, 2 ticks on first point, well, you can change up your composition. Maybe we won't play the standard composition. We'll play a more combo composition, like a Nanoblade, where we only need one fight to win, and we just build up ults to that one fight with the EMP with the Nanoblade, that kind of thing. So defending is always a great advantage for you as a team. But Odyssey coming in here after losing last map, what they need to really try and do is against, if they do see a more DPS heavy like Pharah and a Widowmaker coming out here from Rock Lobster, Odyssey needs to take the ground fight and take it fast. That's how you're going to win against that Pharah if you are unable to shut it down completely. We did see some of that with the Widowmaker and the D.Va late in Rialto, but yeah, it did seem that this is how.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they come back with a FAR here because I mean it looks from with just glancing at the career profiles in between rounds here, Kirby looks very comfortable on the Mercy pick here. So like you said, I wouldn't be surprised if they come back with a FAR Mercy. We see Epic. I mean, we're seeing early lock-ins here, so they're all subject to change. But the game blipped a Faraz here, so I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see an early Farah here.
Yeah, on Volskaya, typically you can actually see the sniper compositions come out on defense. Less so attack, as getting into the point is very difficult for those snipers if the defense takes a forward hold. But you can see snipers on both attack and defense here, and they tend to do pretty well, especially if there is someone wants to play a fair. Not usually suggested to play a fair here, but it does seem that despite that, Rock Lobster will be deciding to play the Pharah here. Epicet showing off last round that he is very good. He is very, very.
So he's definitely a very versatile on that.
Very good Pharah player. I was looking for other words.
Other than
vocabulary, but it failed me.
He's real good.
It failed me at that time, but yeah, it does see he was pulling out the Pharah once again. Last showing his chops on that Pharah, getting some pretty key barrages, pretty key picks, and really just able to pop off in general. But it does look like we'll see a Junkrat from Final Gambit here. Will be very difficult for this Junkrat to take out this Pharah without the help of the D.Va. They don't even have a D.Va, so it'll be very difficult for them to take out this Pharah here as they only have
a lot of damage early. Like you said, Intex already at 50% on that Shatter. Epic already up to 40% on Barrage, but Epic's gonna go down early here. Zebra's gonna find that early pick out with McCree. Intex is gonna be second one to go down. Kirby's gonna take him down as well. So Nova is gonna be coming out. Zebra Cookie's gonna be taken down. Rock Lobster sort of got them pinned around in the center of them. They surround them, they overwhelm them, and we come in with a pause here. So while we wait that out, we'll look at. Forgot to switching spectators. Okay, so they will as they take a look at that, we saw several picks for Rock Lobster.
Definitely a mistake there from Rock Lobster for the tank line to try and push into the rotation there from Odyssey. Odyssey was very low. Odyssey had taken so much poke damage from Epicet, from Intex with that fire strike that it was going to be extremely difficult for them to win a long fight with the Pharah still shooting down on them. You did not need to push into them, especially when the Junkrat wants you to push into him. The Junkrat will get little to no value from super far ranges, or if you're trying to play angles on him, especially with the Pharah. So kind of a really bad mistake there from Rock Lobster to try and push into a team that wants to fight you. You want to play against the condition to fight you. You want to just stay back, and that's what the Pharah was achieving. The Pharah was just staying away and not letting them fight or not fighting them, and your front line just decides this is our time to go in, and a little bit of a misstep there. As we continue to pause, teams.
Looks like they're spectating. They're spectating the wrong teams, getting a little hidden info behind the scenes. Not paying off at all there for Odyssey. The inside look wasn't going to stop the onslaught early on. They were going to find those initial picks. As we look into this next fight, Intex is going to be close to a Shatter, and most of the ults already going to be coming online early into the second fight here for Rock Lobster.
Rock Lobster swapping off the Pharah onto the Junkrat of Epicet. Very odd choice because you're going to be feeding a lot of charge into the Zarya, but it can work. There is no D.Va to really eat your mind. You can get a lot of poke damage similar to a Pharah, and this point isn't really a Pharah point, so I can see where that swap would come in.
And Kirby going to swap off to the Baptiste as well, so they're going to be playing with Lamp and a little more survivability there, as McCree's the first one to go down on the high ground. Thinking about it for a second, they're going to decide best to just back off and wait outside, and they're going to back off and wait for Zero Cookie to come back online. He's got High Noon locked and loaded. Moira ult is up as well. They'll probably be coming in with 4 to 5 ults here. As for Odyssey, Nano is live. Epic's gonna have Tire already.
You need to see Odyssey here push into here really aggressive with that coalescence. You have, because you can't take a spam fight against them with this Junkrat when you have no Diva and you have the Zarya. You have to fight them here. You have to speed in, but they aren't doing so yet.
Yeah, so they're stuttering a little bit here. We're gonna see both supports come out at the same time. They're gonna have enough sustain to eat through the Tire. Shatter and Nano are gonna come out. Intex is just gonna wipe the floor early on.
You see the problem. You see the problem there of trying to play super slow into the Junkrat, into the Baptiste. These types of characters that struggle in a faster engagement, but are much more comfortable when you're just trickling in or being really slow. And you have a Moira and a Lucio. It's very difficult for you to try and sustain the entire team fight. The Moira run out of resources and the Moira just fizzle out. And especially with that coalescence, you needed to just use that aggressively, and it just wasn't used aggressively. Still here, the Grav almost coming up with the Junkrat ultimate, can get a lot of kills out of that, but Zebra Cookie
Ooh, Intex's gonna find the flame streak again. Zebra Cookie getting picked up pretty early here, maybe just a little bit overconfident after finding a lot of great picks the last 2 rounds. He's been caught first to open up these last 2 fights, and so they'll rein it back. Like you said, though, opening up the last fight with both supportives and not getting any value, basically, not able to charge in and play that offensively into an Intex, Shatter, and Nano is really sort of spelling out the recipe for success here as we watch Intex just dance around on point. Epic's gonna lots of spam damage. He's gonna have Tire as well. Both Tires gonna come out. Gambit finds nobody. Epic finds nobody. Both go down. Shadow's gonna go up. High Noon's all over the place. Zebra's gonna find 2. Diva Bomb's gonna come out. Odyssey's gonna be down 3 as they're gonna look to sustain here. Course Spark gonna die on point. The Grab comes out, only gonna find the Ana. That's all they were looking for. They've got the 4 on point. They're gonna look to hold off the chokes. Will they have enough? And they do, and they're able to cap.
Yeah, they had to play fast though with those ultimates that they had right there. Again, I said like they did a much better job there of playing faster, not allowing the comp from Lobster to just slowly chip down on them with that spam damage. Again, when you don't have a Diva and you can't eat that damage consistently, it becomes much more imperative with the Zarya that you fight faster. And that's what they did on the last point, going in with the Tire. And although the Tire didn't get anything on either side, it did just buy space, and it made them scared, and it split them up for the High Noon to come in later. And the Diva was not there to DM the High Noon, so it got its value.
Yeah, it ate them all up, and so we're gonna have a 2-0 start here for Rock Lobster going into this map. It's a 1-1 tie. So then we are going to see. We're gonna see what we're gonna see. So Gambit's gonna return on the Junkrat with Zebra Cookie on McCree. We're gonna watch. Oh, I'm sorry. Of course, Spark and Epic.
It is in fact 2-0 for Odyssey. Odyssey was on attack there, starting that as they were attacking first.
Oh, oops. There we go.
Yeah, so it is Odyssey 2-0. On that first point with 3 minutes in the time bank. A very respectable time on Volskaya. Rock Lobster here trying to push back after a suboptimal defense. You would have liked a longer stall back, especially on Volskaya. You can achieve better times, but good attack there from Odyssey.
Yeah, Odyssey with a great attack. So then we're gonna start off here with both teams having a Junkrat, both teams having a Lucio. We have fairly close comps here. Intex is going to be the first one to go down though on the attack. They're going to have no shield to go any farther. Big anti not going to matter though. They're going to have to start to take a step back.
Raccoon there. Fizz at the end getting a pick. That's Lucio can get back fast, sure, but it is 2 CP, and it is Volskaya. Very long distance to walk for this Lucio. But a Pisset coming back in here. Almost has that Tire even. Very fast charge for him.
So Ryan will go down for Odyssey here as Kirby looks to push in. The grenade will find them. Paradox going to be far off point here. Fight takes place at point. Wall comes up. Diva Eat's going to find a few. Great Moira ult here, going to keep everybody up. the fight continues on. Not finding a lot of kills. Kirby being the primary DPS right now with those grenades. Going to find 2 of the 3 picks here alone. And then we'll finish off D.Va and Moira.
You saw Terefu playing a little bit too far there when he doesn't have a Lucio out. The Mei finding the target of the main tank and just walling him off and getting him killed. Without the Lucio there, you just need to kind of back off to point and play a little bit slower because you are waiting for someone to come in and you don't really have the resources available to fully fight.
Tire early on here. Epic gonna look for a couple picks here, see if he can summon the Squadro magic from before. Will he find any? Flame Strike comes out and doesn't find them. Gonna dance around the wall, gonna get around the shield, and gonna find 2, so they're gonna walk on point with two picks early. Both D.Va Bombs come out. May's gonna try to avoid it. She gets in her cryo just in time. Shadow's gonna come out, not find the D.Va Bomb, but he's gonna find the Tire instead. Ryan's gonna keep swinging at point through the blizzard. Everyone's gonna get very cold as point's gonna be a tundra for them alone. McCree High Noon's not gonna find anything as DM and Shield go up. Didn't they find the D.Va mech actually? She stuck around just a little bit too long past the shield. Wall comes up to block the entrance, and that's gonna be a clean cap.
Yeah, that was Rock Lobster. That was sorry. That was Rock Lobster there, capping extremely quickly. Almost a 4-minute cap, but with the new changes to time banks was reduced to 3:20 as it was about a minute 20 above Odyssey's time, so Odyssey getting set back to 2. A very good attack there from Rock Lobster and finding extremely quickly, and kind of a mistake on the defense to just lose that first point. That first point shouldn't have been lost that quickly. You had time to just back off, but even then, just a great job of that Tire from Epicid to find the kills there. Very long time, almost just fizzled out on its own, but just a heat-seeking missile basically getting 2 picks.
I forgot what the new time stamps, so they end up getting some extra time back. If I'm making sure I understand that right.
No, so the team Odyssey's time of 3:20 got if 2 times are above 2 minutes, the lowest one gets reduced to 2, and however much that was reduced by, the one with the higher time bank gets reduced by the same amount. So so that means that Rock Lobster's time was about a minute 20 higher than Odyssey's time. So when one gets reset to 2, Odyssey had Rock Lobster had a minute 20 more. But the Junkrat coming back out here from Odyssey, the Pharah of Epicid. Hopefully they can find a better defense here. On paper, their comp should do better, especially with nothing but Kirby dying.
Kirby going down early here. Epic to go down next. Zebra Cookie just popping off. He must be frustrated with those early picks, or how he got early picked off last round. And so he comes back with a couple of his own. Big ante coming out here from Rock Lobster. They're going to be able to push on point. They had 2 early picks. They're going to clean up the rest. They're going to stagger the D.Va just a little bit. And now they're going to finish off a really quick opening cap.
Yeah, the Pharah Mercy of Rock Lobster really finding a difficult position, even just against his sole McCree. The D.Va also kind of helping out there, but the McCree finding the picks there, having a little bit of issues against that. But Epicid swapping back over to that Junkrat that served them fairly well on their last defense here. But only Shatter available, whereas the Nano and High Noon available for Odyssey. But
Zebra Cookie going to go down first here early on, so they're probably just going to wait for a hard reset as he's got High Noon up. Intex has Shatter up. We're going to see, maybe we could possibly see an Electric Cowboy walking on a point here for Odyssey, but they're going to have to contest that high ground first as Junk and D.Va just having a field day up there.
Yeah, again, the Junkrat just should be getting so much spam damage in here, but the D.Va available for Raccoon should be able to limit his ability and just really get on top of him.
Raccoon trapped and able to clear Raccoon trapped able to clear the high ground. Mick's gonna be caught by that anti-Cowboy, comes up. No electric though. Electric's gonna go to Ryan and plow through the May wall. Shatter's gonna come out though by Intex, gonna find one. Pin's gonna get the Ryan. Another Shatter comes out. Might not find any value though. They continue to trade. Blizzard's gonna end this fight though on point, and that'll be Terefu going down last here.
Yeah, that should be the fight over, and they have to reset. Only 25 seconds remaining. It's gonna be very difficult for them to get in here. The Junkrat in the backline should get staggered out very hard. Yeah, that's a very hard stagger. This Junkrat will not be back for the next fight, if there even is a fight.
Well, yeah, with Mix going down, maybe Mix returning the point to try to help them speed boost back, but with 10 seconds left, that's an all-time Reddit play in the making if they were to touch point here.
And The Diva sacrificing herself on point will be killed up quickly.
Diva bomb comes up, shields, they gotta take care of everything except the lamp. She's gonna try to last as long as she can. She jumps back on point. Junkrat Tire's gonna find 2 and make this effort a whole lot harder with just 4 left. Another bomb goes up. Paradox gonna go down. That's a 3-on-6. They're fighting uphill both ways here. Epic's gonna go down regardless. Raccoon and Zebra Cookie are gonna go down. Gambit's gonna be the last one remaining, and that will be a 3-2 going into the last round.
Seems that both of these teams here are very comfortable on playing Junkrat, but not so much as playing into a Junkrat. The Junkrat on both sides getting tremendous amount of value, especially with tires. They're just able to get a lot of kills. Like most tires are getting 2 kills if they're not killed instantly. We've seen it once where they were both destroyed instantly, but that was an outlier. Most of these tires getting 2 to 3 picks, and now all that Rock Lobster has to do is push this first point and cap 1 tick of the second point. Shouldn't be the most difficult thing in the world, especially considering the lightning fast attack round. But we shall see.
3:21 time, a lot to work with.
Yeah, and it does seem that both teams again opting into the Junkrat. Not unexpected. Both of these teams in the past rounds. Episod on the defense, showing fair for the first point and then swapping off the Junkrat instantly. But he has liked to start on the Junkrat to begin. But both teams running Diva. Unlike on some occasions where one team decided to run Zarya, but both Divas here trying to shut down the DPS of the other side. But the main difference in these 2 teams basically has always been one team has a Mei and one team does not, typically. And now it will be Koispark on that Mei. See if he can find what he did last time where he walled off the Rhine and got him killed very, very quickly.
So with 3:21 to work with, they're going to get this action started here. Diva, Raccoon going to find some high ground action, going to be pushed back. They're going to back up. Zebra Cookie looking for a couple initial picks here, as they have done so often here early on. Peridot set up on the high ground. Baptiste going to try to operate the fight from up top, look to lamp if needed, maybe on an Intex pin, as the wall is going to come up here. And they're going to back up on the point. Odyssey here, rotating around right side. They're going to find Core Spark. They're going to continue to push this out. They have the 6-on-5 advantage. Maybe we stall this out just a little bit longer. Lamp's going to come up. Didn't quite need it here. Baby Diva caught behind, having a duel in the back on point. She's going to go down very late there and keep things stalled out.
Alfredemy just really lost his mech for no reason on the high ground, take damage, standing up there trying to remove the enemy Diva from the high ground, but ended up losing her mech, and after that there's nothing to protect the Mei from those Junkrat concussion mines. No DM available, and the fight just spirals out of control for them. 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining, no ults for either side besides the Pistons Riptire.
We might see that very early on here. You might, as they group up on the point. High Noon's going to come up shortly as well. Tire's going to come in, not finding anybody, going to dance around, dancing. He's going to jump in on a health pack and find 2 early picks. That might be enough. Intex is going to go down there on forcing a 5-on-4. Diva Bomb comes out, finds Thunderous, and they're going to be able to keep this 4-on-4 fight going. A couple of trades here continue on. Baptiste opens up the window, pulls aside the drapes. They're going to shoot through. Amphetamine's going to find Peridot, and the tank duel is going to continue on point, and they're going to find their way into a cap here, it looks like.
Yeah, it seemed that Odyssey committing ultimates there, making that fight much closer than it should have been after losing both the Ana and the... But it's still fighting, it's still going.
The recontest is going to... Electric Cowboy goes up, going to get eaten. Flame Strike comes out. And when it looked like it was all said and done, things got very interesting. Diva flying around, chasing the Junkrat through the air, doing the loop-de-loop. Shatter finds 3. Shatter goes up, doesn't find anyone. What a shield, what a lamp. They're going to look at the Diva, they're going to take her out. Bob's going to come up. Oh my god, what a hold.
It's going to be extremely difficult here for Rock Lobster to try and take this with the Baptiste, but the Nano coming onto the Junkrat.
He pushes Anti in the back. Terrafu goes down. Raccoon's going to push. He's going to find Epic in the back. Core Spark goes down. Lucio Thunder's kept on point. And it's a 4-5-on-2 now on point. Diva just dives right in. Thunder is going to come out with an offensive beat.
Rock Lobster should have this fight, but I've said that 3 other times, a single fight, so I don't know. No, it does seem like they will be cleaning up here. The ball coming back, getting trapped up, dying. What? But actually killing a piston there. But a very.
The fight continues.
No, the May is back. There's no way this champion should be carrying this fight. Rock Lobster should win here, but I've said that again. But the D.Va gets DMAC. That's, again, not good.
Clean cap, right?
Clean cap, as intended. 30 seconds on the clock here for Rock Lobster.
Calculated.
D.Va is DMAX, so this is actually a really good fight here for Odyssey. Could be seeing a draw here, but a Piston with that tire, you can never underestimate it, and Core Spike with that May ult.
Gambit had Tracer, we're swept up the Junkrat at the last second here, so we got 11 seconds left. They're going to be coming from spawn fairly late. We're going to see a tire early on. Still going, going to find 2. That's going to be massive. Coursework going down there, just like last fight, a 3-for-1, 4-to-1 pick situation here. Zebra Cookies High New going to find 2. The size says it all. They were trade back and forth. Coursework's going to be working back on the point here in about 5 to 10 seconds here. Amphetamine's going to get out of mech. Intex goes down, and the cleanup job begins here for Odyssey. They take down 3. But we might, I say as much as we say this might be close to a draw here. The fight continues. Draw.
We will be having a draw here, and you saw that. But the first fight there on first point was incredibly sloppy, but it was mostly due to there was a lack of flank control. A lot of this has been shown a lack of flank control, but also both teams throwing out ultimates, and Odyssey throwing out a lot of ultimates early, the BAP wall, the D.Va ultimate to really end that fight early, while Rock Lobster trying to save those ults for the next fight, but they ended up having to use them anyway because they were allowed to come back in, and Odyssey managed to stall, and it just ate up so much of the clock, coming in with 3 minutes and going into the second point with only 30 seconds given to you by the game mode. So it was very, very difficult attack there for Rock Lobster, finding a difficulty in those extremely stalled fights. And at the end there, Zebra Cookie, sorry, on the flank. Again, no one scouted him, no one seemed to call him out, and he managed to kill 2 again with his high noon. Him on the flank getting picks has just been a staple of Odyssey this entire match, and you're looking at Rock Lobster's D.Va really to try and shut him down.
As we get ready to load into map number 4, as we consult our producer Shape to figure out in all of this chaos how this actually plays out. So though this is a best of 5, if they split the next 2 maps, for those of you doing the math at home, that'll be a 2-2-1 record for everyone involved, and so they will move to the tiebreaker map Oasis for a map number 6 as a tiebreaker. So we will watch for that coming up as we get ready for this 4th map. I'm gonna remind you again that you can find us on Twitter at _RevolutionOW. And you can find us on Discord. If you haven't already, we will add that to the chat. And as we take a look at our, really this great match so far, we want to thank everybody for coming out and not only supporting this, but supporting Revolution Esports and the Revolution events, for coming to view these, for participating in the leagues, for participating in the playoffs, and for being part of this awesome community. We're so happy to have you here. We're so happy to be part of this and to be broadcasting for you tonight. And so while these fights wane and the seasons seem to go on for a long time, and we shortened the season to make sure we were able to get the most value for everybody involved, which was a difficult decision from this side. We're so thrilled to be bringing you this action, which you might get a bonus round when that's all said and done if they split the next 2. So we're looking at a lot of great play continuing on here.
Yeah, we'll be seeing here a hybrid game mode. One of the best game modes in the game. Consensusly chosen. King's Row being a legendary map, a fan favorite map.
Scrims Row, baby.
Scrims Row, as it is known for many teams. You play it almost every single scrim because it's such a fun map. A very well crafted map for sure. But we will be seeing here again. The scoreline is 1-1 on a 4th map. So if we do see here someone has to go up 2-1, or if we see a tie and it's a 1-1, we could possibly be seeing map 7. Possibly, but I don't know. That would be some really legendary territory here, because after this if someone goes up 2-1 here, and then on the final map, in the 5th map, it is 2-2, we will be playing the tiebreaker map and seeing who wins that, because you cannot tie on control. Luckily enough, you can't draw on control. So
these teams will certainly try after these last few fights, but
you can try to draw on
they
control,
could
but
try.
it's not possible. It's not possible. You can't do it. It's physically impossible. You can just not finish the map if no team ever caps. But that's not a draw. That is eternal torture. But but you will see here trying one of these teams, Rock, Lobster, or Odyssey, to take an advantage in this series. Again, still tied up 1-1, as we are deciding what hybrid map we should be going into. Lower seed does in fact choose. Or the team that lost the map before. One of those two options we'll be seeing what is thing. But we're still figuring out some teams getting some spectators or players or subs ready or not. So we will be hopefully entering this shortly. Again, this is the Division 3 Overwatch for Revolution. Rock Lobster versus Odyssey Esports. First final playoff, single elimination. Whoever loses here does in fact go home. So a lot on the line here. You want to progress late into these brackets. You want to get to those finals, and you want to do well. And you want to win, because everyone loves winning. Not many people love losing. If you love losing,
okay, you might be in the wrong game.
Then might be in the wrong competitive sphere. Sorry, because that's not how you. It's not very competitive. But
if you're losing a whole lot, you're probably not gonna win.
If you're losing, you're not winning, as Gandhi said. Gandhi said that. Yep, that's what he said.
He probably said something. If you're not carrying nukes.
Yep. If you're not nuking everyone in civilization, you're not doing so well. But we'll be seeing here again, waiting a little bit on these teams to get ready. Of course, we want the teams to be ready, because if you start when someone's not ready, some people get mad.
And we'll be back to the pause screen all over again.
Yeah, the pause screen is not a fun place to be, because there's not only confusion, but there's also sometimes anger, and loud noises. Some teams get really, really hectic during pauses. Some teams get really mad during pauses if you don't tell them the reason. But
everybody turns Italian when it goes into pause. Hey.
But yeah, you see sometimes very aggressive reactions to pauses. But these two teams have been pretty okay about it. In the one pause that we did see, they explained and everyone was fine with it, so we shouldn't be seeing any riots occurring. But Cry, it does seem that Cry will be coming in for a Pisset on Rock Lobster, which is it a Pisset? A Pisset.
Or with a Pisset.
It actually, I think that's actually. You would think the Junkrat would be played on Kings Row. You would think that both of these teams loving Junkrat would play Junkrat on Kings Row.
Right, or you would think maybe Core would come out. Like I could see
a Pisset was doing really good on Junkrat.
I mean, I might play them both. Like play a Widow Junk, unless I don't know what Core.
I don't know if the Widow would be the best. Maybe they have it. Maybe Bastion. Try seeing a hit scan specialist. May play Bastion.
And Core plays a lot of dive.
Okay, what if we see here? This is just pure spitballing and theory crafting. But what if we see here? Core plays the Symmetra, TP's on top of the statue, and now you have a Bastion on the statue. It's happened before. I've seen it happen before in scrims. And
fastest casting R in the West over here.
It happened. But yeah. I'm just saying.
Is that what you would draw up here?
The only reason I could see Cry, we've only seen play hit scan so far, or being the hit scan player for them on Rialto. Bastion would be pretty fun, and I think everyone would have fun with that. Everyone likes to see Bastion. I don't know why everyone likes to see Bastion.
Have you ever watched Bastion main, like the top 500 guy?
He gets a lot of views on YouTube, so I'll just say yes. I mean, he gets a lot of views on YouTube.
I see him in a lot of Hard Blue videos, and it's like the stuff that he can do is just like, my God.
YouTubers love Bastion because he gives them content. Because Bastion one tricks give content, especially when the
he's eccentric.
Yeah, he definitely has some. He's a soundboard, so that's always fun. But enough banter about Bastion. potential Bastions, maybe not Bastions. Why is a Piston coming out when he could play Junkrat and dominate again? But we will be seeing here, hopefully going into this map shortly, teams readying up here.
Squaddle remains on the sidelines as well for Odyssey, so we're
Yeah.
gonna see
So no Junkrat potentially.
yeah,
That
none
would
that
be
it's I'm
odd.
gonna say yeah, for as much junk as we've seen on these first few maps, we just see we see some pirate banter back and forth between the teams. Looks like they're close to R, if not
Junkrat is
quite
a
R.
maybe they again. I think it's an odd choice, more serious, but I think it's an odd choice to keep both players that were playing Junkrat out of the map, where you could probably see a lot more value. I would not say that Rialto, or like a lot of these maps. I'm just thinking like, what are the maps you didn't play Junkrat? Rialto, who was not like you had Cryin, and he was playing the Widowmaker, but this isn't a Widowmaker map, so we'll see how it probably is a planned strategy. I would doubt they would just take him out because there was a draw last map. I would surely hope not. But we will be going into Kings Row here. Finally, the the drought has ended, and we will be getting back into more matches here with Rock Lobster on the defense, and we'll be seeing what crazy compositions we may or may not see. Best, maybe. Maybe. I want to see the best.
And for those of you at home that because we just learned it ourselves, blue goes on defense first.
I learned that last week. Come on, don't
I,
slander me like this. I
I'm today days old.
But we do see Final Gambit as he was playing on last map. He was playing the Junkrat, so we will be seeing the Junkrat coming out here from Final Gambit. But I guess they wanted the main McCree for this map for Rock Lobster because they have Cry on the McCree on the defense, and that will not be swapped because they are on defense and they cannot swap right now. So we will be seeing main McCree coming out here from Rock Lobster.
Zebra
And
Cookie off McCree and going Widow, maybe out just out the gate as we see. No, Lucio's in the top window right now.
yeah, Widowmaker will probably look for a pick and then back off. But the main McCree, a very definitely traditional composition for this past couple months on this map. May getting so much value on Kings Row, and the McCree also being able to control a lot of area mid-range, or just a mid-range threat can just dink you down. But we'll be seeing how the Junkrat from Final Gambit will try to contest with this. Well, they will be keeping the Widow, so I stand corrected.
So they'll look to take advantage of high ground. Widow goes up on the high ground. May's going to walk back to play up with the right. Was looking for an early pick, but the sniper shot's not able to find anything. May walls come up. Terrafu's going to push in. Shield is low for Intex, and he's going to back up. Meanwhile, Odyssey pushing in. They have position on point. They have position on the high ground. Diva's going to challenge Zebra Cookie. They're going to have a battle of the Divas up top, and Zebra's going to go down regardless to Diva. And that'll be the first pick of King's Row here. May's going to look for some action in the back. Core Spark really keeping everyone at bay, keeping the fight in their favor. Alphetamine going to get the boost forward, going to get the rockets going. They're going to push them back, and that's going to be a fight one there early on for Rock Lobster.
Odyssey does manage to actually get a tick there. Sort of at a mistake from Rock Lobster there, where the May and the Reinhardt pushed up aggressively, but the rest of the team backed off, so the May wall was just useless. But we will be seeing here Odyssey trying to actually take this point, not just the tick, maybe, as the Nano
comes out. Moira ult is going to go up as well. Kirby going to be the first. A lot of picks here so far from Kirby the last two matches, as Krez going to use his high noon, find Zebra Cookie early on. Zebra had swapped off the Widow to his Pat to McCree up to this point. Paradox going to be antied and try to get back in the spawn in time. They will just narrowly get back into place here, and that'll be a couple picks.
Final Gambit does lose his ult there as he ulted in front of everyone in a May wall, perhaps hoping the surprise factor alone would allow them to get some picks. But again, a fight-winning ultimate, the reason probably why you're playing the Junkrat is the tire can win the thing if not shot down immediately, but it's wasted, and now it's going to be difficult here for Odyssey to really push in here. The beat is available though.
Beats up, both tank ults are available. Blitz is going to come on to point. Shadow's going to find a lot of them go down here. Cowboy's not going to find anything though as the Diva Bomb comes in. It remains up for Alphetamine, and Shadow remains up for Intex as well. But Intex, he's going to get Claymore C4'd out of it. Intex going to come up absolutely huge. Is it going to be able to be capitalized on? Likely not, as they're moving on the point. And with that, Odyssey's going to be able to cap cart and start rolling through King's Row.
Massive Shadow from Terrafu there allows them to cap that point. The May Blizzard, no one was there to follow up on it, and they allowed the high noon to zone as well. So it's very well done from Terrafu with that Shadow, but Final Gambit able to build up another ultimate. But Black Lobster here with the nano, with the high noon, with a bomb. This next fight does actually favor them, unless Intix dies immediately, losing his shield.
That's gonna be great.
Stunned up.
He's gonna get antied and stunned up. He's gonna go down, so they trade shields. Junkrat Tire is gonna go around the high ground, try to catch somebody out. Gonna get D.Va out of mech, gonna stagger her. That's gonna be a big loss there if she doesn't get mech back quickly. Thunderous is gonna try to get out. They're gonna be just fine. Wall is gonna buy them some time to reset. And meanwhile, the cart not moving a whole lot. They keep playing up just a little bit, so they're not even quite yet around the pub.
Yeah, the Maywall going aggressive here. Terafu.
Ooh, Intex finds a pin. Terafu gonna go down as well. Like you said, very aggressive anti. Gonna find Terafu, and that's gonna be a 6-on-4. No shield and very squishy with Raccoon out of mech. Gonna be able to get back in mech now at least, as they look to keep pushing up with 6 ults coming online here.
They should be really bad here just for Odyssey, but they'll just charge in. They don't even care. The Reinhardt will charge in. The D.Va separated by their own Maywall. Really unfortunate.
Yeah, that's incredibly unlucky here as all the ults are coming online here for Rock Lobster. Both shatters hit at the same time, flattens the earth, flattens the map, and Terafu's gonna go down as everyone gets flat and not quite able to keep off that D.Va bomb. As Crying Kirby go down, D.Va bomb comes up, finds Zebra Cookie. They're gonna trade McCree's. Kirby's gonna be the addition of the fight there. Pin comes in, gonna find Mix. As Mix finds Core Spark, the fight continues. It's gonna be basically a 3-on-3. They'll be able to take a quick spawn advantage though here. You would think that they'll be able to push in here for Odyssey.
Yeah, Black Lobster has to back up. They don't have the personnel. They don't have the personnel to stay here as the tire comes out. Possibly to stagger them even further, but disregarding that, you do see here the.
Ooh, not even to find anybody. High Noon coming up. The High Noon basically buying time for May to get back to the fight here for Rock Lobster, and able to, as Terafu is going to take some big damage here. They're going to go down. Raccoon's going to hang around. Lucio going to get pushed back off the high ground and going to go down as well. There's going to be only 4 remaining, and they're going to just have to back off and play with their tail between their legs.
Yeah, you're seeing the pure amount of value that a May can get. They're going to the spawn with the. They're in the spawn.
They go to spawn. The shatter. Both beat shots come out. High Noon goes up. Maywall's gonna block it. The Terafu's just right in there. He goes down. He sees his opportunity. Oh my God! Terafu cannot be denied, except by a Maywall. That would deny him. Claymores go up. Blitz is gonna try to find some value. They're gonna get 2 picks off that Kirby and Core Spark, generating the DPS here right now as Core Spark gets killed to the boosters.
Odyssey should still take this point potentially, even with that Dawn. They're pushing the Ana, but the Ana is gonna escape, sleep again. What?
Intex is gonna get Nano. He's in there.
This is pandemonium, pure pandemonium.
Absolute chaos for the rides. Terafu's coming back. He wants a piece of the action here, as they're gonna trade picks here early on. Terafu's gonna come in. D.Va bomb up, finds 2. Odyssey pushing through. D.Va's not gonna find cart.
Rock Lobster is just demonstrating here an absolute balls to the walls aggression level here as the fight they went into Odyssey's spawn with Beat and Shatter, and it didn't work for them. They got pushed back, and then once again Intex comes back, gets nanoed, and pushes back where his healers cannot heal him, and he gets killed very quickly. And
Terafu with back-to-back shatters, they're just absolutely relentless attack. Understanding once Intex is down, he's got free reign to just swing and swing and swing. Unfortunate tire there as Gambit's tire gets immediately deleted. High Noons. It is very clearly 12 o'clock as Cry takes down Terafu, and he goes down himself to Zebra Cookie Wreck. Raccoon taking a little nap up top, too much action for him. Shatter comes out. Ooh, Intex finds 5 with it.
Intex kind of falling over. They're going a little bit too aggressive. Not enough TM to keep him up as Pedamine as well. The Ash coming out to stall from Cry.
Ooh. D.Va bomb coming in. Maywall goes up. Alphedamine's gonna go down. Terafu will not be denied. Shatter after shatter, picking up Core Spark. Intex gets beat dropped in Nano. That's gonna do that's a lot of damage. Thunderous is gonna be taken out. Cry is gonna go down. Intex continues to swing on point. He gets pinned though into the back room. Gonna be taken to the back alley there by Ryan and put down.
Another
Made
eat from
on a point.
Yeah, another eat from Raccoon. They're the second of the map, and
Ooh, such a close boop there.
they might not even get time. No, they
don't.
stalled long enough. They stalled long enough to not give them time there. Yeah, and that'll be the point though. They will cap 3. No time, but they did cap. So
in terms of a hold, I mean, you probably consider that a late success, holding them to no time. Hesitantly a success.
There was a couple moments there where you could have seen much more success, although it was not thrown away, but mismanaged in a sense where there is a level of aggression that is a little bit too aggressive. You commit too hard into the enemy's spawn, and you don't win the fight, and you're just forcing the back foot the rest of the map. They could have probably held second there had they maybe rotated their ultimates a little bit more wisely, or not bum rush the spawn of Odyssey. But Rock Lobster decided that was the plan. They did do that. So Odyssey there though, defending or capping 3 points. That Junkrat coming back out here from Odyssey again. Final Gambit showing he doesn't. Perhaps the Ice Demon is not his cup of tea, and honestly that is expected, as Mei sometimes seen as a boring character. And personally, I think she's quite fun, but maybe I'm just evil. Maybe I just have something missing from my heart. But we'll be seeing Rock Lobster showing the Mei look here again, and there was a lot of effectiveness with those walls, so we could be seeing that once again.
As Rock Lobster starts this heartless attack, we welcome our new viewers as we just go over 20 viewers, so thank you for tuning in to round 3 of a best of 5, but we've already seen a tie here, so we might be going to 6 maps. MVP voting is also live, so you can find that if you scroll to our panels. The Twitch poll is live for our MVP. You can vote for our most valuable player of this match. The fight opens up here. Point is contested, but most of the fighting and most of the players are far out point here. Rock Lobster not quite able to find any action yet. As cries on Widow, no headshots being clicked. Ryan's he's gonna get walled. He's gonna get anti. What a play to bring down Terrafu here. Intex is gonna look to push it. Surprise there. He's gonna get in there deep. He actually steps back to get healed up quick as they have a 6 on 5 advantage. Coresmark gonna find the headshot click here, not Cry. That'll be Ana down. Raccoon gets frozen on point. Might get close to D-Mac to Kirby with another pick. Great Ana picks early on here. Intex gonna get nanoed. He's going to go to work on the opponent's Terrafu, and they will get a cap with a generous amount of time remaining.
You do see here why levels of enjoyment or not, why people do decide to pick Mei, able to wall off Terrafu in the beginning and really just kill him, punish him, and he is destroyed immediately. And the fight is the point is just kind of won off that. You don't have a main tank to hold the front line. Your DPS have to go super aggro to get value because they don't have someone buying space for them. And you did see Zero Cookie try to do that, but he is shot down and shot by both snipers in the Ana and the Widow. But do be seeing here the Blizzard very early here trying to pick off Terrafu once again.
And Terrafu's gonna get caught out, frozen. They're gonna keep swimming for a while, but they're gonna trade Reinhardt's here. They've got 2 on cards, so they're gonna get up around the corner here sooner than we saw on the last push. Diva Bomb comes up, finds 2 here. That's gonna be absolutely massive as they look to push this advantage here. Cry's gonna go down here. No res to bring him back. Kirby's only 58% too, and Nano Thunderous his beat drop though with an Intex Shatter. Wouldn't be surprised to see some sort of combo when he gets back. He'll be here just shortly, but they might not need him to push in as an anti. Find several. They're gonna find 3 picks regardless, and it looks like if they get 3 on cart, they should be able to cap without a recontest.
Yeah, this Mei is making Terrafu's life a living hell. As a fellow main tank player, I understand the Mei is basically the double to you, but
no, Shatter doesn't find anybody into an Intex shield. Terrafu goes down. Absolute massive 3 caught in that Shatter. Junk Tiger goes up, gets Diva on the mech. Not a lot of value there. Maybe wanted to hold that for the next fight. And like you said, Coresmark just rolling here.
Making Terrafu's life, as I said again, a living hell. It's basically torture playing into a Mei as a Reinhardt, but but that's why you need a Mei of your own. You got to make the enemies Reinhardt.
Yeah, you end up playing a game of chicken where, well, if you're gonna pick Mei, then I'm gonna pick Mei, and if you're not going to into this, you're gonna have to keep defending it. Honestly, as much as we sort of roast Intex for being so aggressive, as Core Spark unfortunately goes down there first, they haven't played this great job of playing on each other's hip, really forcing the action through them. They'll both get picked off here as we see a Diva Bomb come out, a couple ults, maybe they look for a soft reset. Kirby and Alphenemy gonna just jump off here. Tracer gonna try to get out. They'll look for a reset, but a lot of great tandem play from Core, Spark, and Intex.
Yeah, but you do see here, there's actually unfortunate for Odyssey, there is still 4 minutes and 30 seconds available for Lobster pushing into this point, and they have 5 ultimates.
I was saying they have 5
They
ults
have
to
5
Zebra
ultimates,
Cookie.
and one of them is Blizzard. Raccoon needs to eat this ult. He ate the ult from Core Spark last round twice, in fact, so maybe he can do it again, but he
Nope,
does
not there. High Noon comes up, finds Thunderous. That's going to put a damper on this attack early on. You get Cry's going to go down as well. So they're actually going to end up behind from that Blizzard. Not going to get any value, and some great picks from Zebra Cookie showing up when it matters most in this long defensive hold.
You're actually seeing this here, like, the fight is getting split off. The Mei and Tracer are going aggressive while everyone else is backing up because they kind of have to, because Terrafu's in the back, but your DPS have to kind of back up and help you as well, or else it gets split and they get picked off by Final Gambit. So kind of a miscommunication or misstep there in the team fight where there's 2 fights happening and they didn't kind of win either one.
Cry gonna swap the Hanzo here, so we're gonna see 3. Intex gonna make it 4. Oh, it's Course coming online. It's gets frozen and Shatter. That's the second Shatter that he's been canceled out of in this round alone. Diva Bomb's gonna find 2. That's a 6-on-3. They're gonna look to clean up for some staggers here. McCree's gonna get caught out. He should just look to jump off and jump out. They're gonna continue to stagger him though. That's a great play by Intex, holding himself back from swinging. He's gonna step back. 3-on-2 are going to remain on cart, look to push this through the finish line. Alphenemy's going to block the right door. 5 are going to come through with the Final Gambit. Gets canceled out of his tire at the very last second. 2 cancels in a row. And it looks like they're going to be able to cap, he says cautiously, because he's seen this match to this point.
This match, yeah. But it should be evening up here. The Divas pushed off point. The Dragon on point they can't really stay for long. The Mei.
Ball's going to last a little bit longer though. Terrafu goes down. Moira, Tracer, and Mei gonna find their way on the point here for Odyssey. They're gonna look to sustain a hold.
Mei's Nano, they can, but
Demon Nano
dead. The bomb in the air. This should finish the Diva out of mech now. The Ana should be killed quickly.
The hardest 1.36 meters you'll ever see. Take that, Michael Phelps. Paradote's gonna go down. Raccoon's gonna go down. Blitz is gonna come out. Talk about defensive ult hitting the playing field. Terrafu finally gonna go down, and 1.36 becomes 0.
As long as stall as that was, as good a stall as that was, once the Blizzard comes out, Blizzard is the anti-stall ultimate. You can't touch the point because you're going to get frozen, but you need to touch the point because you're going to lose it otherwise. It's a very tough situation, but Lobster, 2 minutes and 13 seconds attacking. They only need 1 tick to take the map. If they fail to do so, it will be a draw. We saw Volskaya earlier. That was also a draw, but that was off the back of an insane fight that lasted almost 2.5 minutes. So potentially, we could see that happen again in 2 minutes, 13 seconds, where we do end up seeing a draw. A fight lasts too long, and there is a draw, but would not be counting on it.
Would not be counting on it.
Lobster's first attack. Terrafu here needs to play a little bit. Final Gambit picked Mei. He picked Mei. So, he picked Mei. So, we can see 2 things here. Either Final Gambit goes for a more counter Mei style, where after the first wall, they counter wall. After the wall from core, they counter wall. Or they go aggressive, hold this choke, and wall off first thing. That could work really well for them, because if you give too much space and you try to go for a counter wall, if it messes up, you've just walled off yourself, kind of. It's a little bit tricky. It's like a Mei mind game. So, we will be seeing them not play the choke, so they are playing a little bit safer, but there's no Mei for Rock Lobster. Well, actually, there's Mei for Rock Lobster. Never mind.
Rock Lobster's gonna go.
He's got core.
Okay, Kirby played with my eyes for a second, and Kirby had Mercy instead of Ana. Goes back to the Ana here, and so they're gonna walk in with Widow, Mei, DPS into Zebras. McCree and Gambit's gonna stay on Mei as well. So with 2 minutes to go here, they're gonna find a great wall on Terrafu. Counter wall comes out. They're gonna fight kind of 3-on-6 on the other side of the wall. That's definitely in favor here of Odyssey. Alphenemy's gonna be first out of back. Intex is gonna go down. Alphenemy's just trying to get reset here. They probably should be backing up, looking for a soft reset. Actually, a hard reset here as they clean that up.
As I said, those two styles they could play, and one of those is the counter wall. You saw that come out. Wait for the first wall to come on your Ryan. The team moves into position to help the Reinhardt, and you wall off whoever went to kill the Reinhardt. That was really good from them. The counter pin comes out. Even though the anti comes into the back line, there's not enough follow-up because of the wall from Final Gambit. Well played there for the counter wall, but let's see if they can do it again. No ultimates available for either team so far. The collectively coming out shortly.
So we're going to see a welcome up Cryo on the other side of it, going to keep Final Gambit here alive as he goes for a wall of his own. Terrafood's going to go down early on, though. That's going to spell disaster here for Odyssey as they look to hold. Moira is going to try to keep things alive. Zebra Cookie goes down as well. And we're going to see Lobster look to take control of point. Shender's going to come out, find 3. Cryo's going to stop Gambit from getting caught in it. But that might not be enough as they look to team up with their Ryan, but they only need 1 tick, and they find it.
Okay, it wasn't Volskyle over again. Lobster does take this one. They're up 2-1 in the series now, going into control. Again, if Odyssey does take this map, and we see the 2-2 scoreline come out, we will be seeing a Game 6 as a tiebreaker. But for now, we do in fact see Lobster up 2-1 for that map. And actually well played by them on the second one. They did well for May, but the antis coming in, really good anti from Kirby there. Does kill Terrafu once again. These antis from Kirby have actually won a lot of fights. I haven't mentioned him enough. I think I haven't said enough about the supports, where the supports are actually doing a lot. The Kirby is getting a lot of antis off, and he's doing a very good job of it, of taking out certain characters after the wall, getting good antis. So props off to him, hats out to him.
Yeah, Kirby's been,
he's actually
popping off.
Kind of an unspoken pop off right now. Well, we haven't been saying his name. We've been saying his name in the kill fleet. Actually, he's been a bloodthirsty support. You love to see it. Off supports, the bloodthirstiest supports ever. Some Lucios, but those are Reddit Lucios. We don't talk about them. But a lot of these off supports, man, they have got some pent up aggression, and I don't know what it's from, but they just want to kill. I don't know. This is how they want to do. And
we see Squaddle coming for it, and we see Squaddle coming back in for Odyssey. Flashback to round 1, which feels like a year ago.
Yes.
So it's 2-1 Nexus Oasis. So as the teams figure out that we still have
yeah, this is a very odd situation. So you pick a map 5, and then you pick a map 5 control, and then Odyssey, if needed, if it is 2-2, we will be going to the tiebreaker map, which is Oasis, a classic tiebreaker map because it's Oasis. It's always been used for that, even in Overwatch League, I should say. No, less abbreviations, the better for me, apparently. As less abbreviations, apparently. But it does seem that Oasis just typically is a tiebreaker map. I don't know who mandated that. Maybe Jeff came from the sky above and just said when they released the map, this will be the tiebreaker map. But it will be. So
could see him sitting by the fireplace, just dictating.
The Yule Ball, yeah. Just decides he just on a card, no speaking, remember, so on a card just goes Oasis as a tiebreaker. But what we yes.
Yeah. So yeah, they are wondering which other control that isn't Oasis. So as we fill in the players here, we're going to take a brief commercial break to remind you that this coverage is brought to you by Revolution Esports. So if you haven't already and you are enjoying this broadcast, please join our lovely community. We are over 1,000 people. This broadcast is being brought to you by a team of volunteers. Alongside me is Worst. I am Paul, which it would spell with a W because it's from a friend that was from Texas with a drawl. Shape is producing. Paul.
Oh.
And so we are absolutely thrilled to be bringing you the playoffs throughout this entire week. So continue to check out this action here on Twitch. We will continue to be broadcasting. You can get updates through the Discord and also through our Twitter. That is _ you would think after saying it this many times I wouldn't have to look at my cheat sheet, but I still do, at _ Revolution OW. And then if you can during these difficult times, if you could consider donating to help with our broadcast and with our community, we have a Patreon that you can find I will add that as well. Again, everything goes back to the players and back to the community. That does not come to us in any way. We are here to volunteer, have fun. This is something that we love doing, and we are happy to bring that to you. And as well, we are sponsored by Rogue Energy. So we have discount code TORB10. That is TORB10. And you use that for Rogue Energy. So we are entering map 5, a best of 5, but there was a draw already, so there's a potential for a 6th map, which would be Oasis. So this next map will be going to Busan. We are watching Division 3 action between Rock, Lobster, and Odyssey. This is a single elimination bracket, so winner goes on and loser goes home. We are playing with the bands from comp last week, so those or the week. Yes, last week. So that would be Sigma, Roadhog, Brigitte, and Doomfist. We've seen some great back and forth play. Squaddle being subbed back in here had 2 triple kills with tires on the initial map, and so we are going to see. So they are returning to the action. We've seen great plays from Cry, who is staying in the action. Epic or Epicit. We're gonna just keep guessing until we figure out one that we like.
Until
Had
someone
some great
corrects
plays.
us.
Yeah, until they go
No
in
one has
chat.
corrected
It's
us
like,
yet,
"That's
so
not
therefore
me."
we're not wrong. If we're not, no one has said we're wrong. We're not wrong. So we're gonna keep saying what we're gonna say. Okay. Also, Cry is still in here, so we're probably gonna see more of that McCree, more of that Widowmaker. We can actually see Widowmaker on downtown. If we see downtown, Busan here, we could probably see a lot of Widowmaker. Really
I
fun
would,
map for
yeah.
them until the diva jumps on your face, until the monkey jumps on your face. Then Widowmaker's not so fun, but still a very strong pick on that map. So yeah, I think we're gonna be with no Epicid in here. I don't think we're gonna be seeing Fair or the Junkrat. Typically, I wouldn't expect the Junkrat, except maybe we do see it from Squaddle on Mecha Base. A little bit more, but still, again, probably more in line. We're probably going to see a May and a McCree or a Widowmaker or something of that nature. But as we are hoping to go into Busan here again, to remind you, if since my memory is often really bad, so I'm going to remind myself. So 2-1 Rock Lobster right here. Odyssey losing that last map of King's Row, but there is the option to tie it back up 2-2 here, and if that is the case, we will be going to Oasis for a final takeover map. But first, Odyssey needs to win this map of Busan, a vital control point for them if they want to maintain the this playoff run for them as, again, single elimination. So if they lose, they are in fact going home, and no one likes to go home. Except we're already all home because of the quarantine. But
So yeah, we're all home.
Self-isolate. You should do that.
You have to go home and you can't stay here.
If you're not already doing that, you should, yeah. Just stay, going home even further, going up. I don't know, whatever room you don't use the most. Also, wash your hands. I'm being told by a producer who very angrily told us to wash our hands, and you should too. So stay safe, kid. Stay safe, guys.
Yeah, wash your hands thoroughly. Please don't touch your face. Please don't touch your face. Please don't touch your face.
I just touched my face.
But really, during these troubling times, now more than ever, our video games are something that get to bring all of us closer together. And so, we're happy to kind of, even just for an hour and a half, take your mind off things and bring you together for some great Overwatch action. We wish you and your loved ones all the safety, health, and happiness in the world during this difficult time. So we're all quarantined. We're seeing NASCAR go online. We're seeing everyone sort of turn eastwards. Right? How cool is that? I wish.
Okay,
if we get time between breaks, we're going to talk about iRacing because it's just absolutely nutty. NBA going to online, but we've got Overwatch in front of us, and we're going here on Busan.
But it is downtown, as I said. If we see it is in downtown.
Squaddle on Widow.
May McCree on the side of Rock Lobster and Widow McCree on the side of Odyssey as the counterpin comes out.
Zebra's gonna go down first. Terrafu gets frozen and try to back off. Paradox gonna go down as well. Not gonna get enough healing out in time. Terrafu's gonna go down. They're gonna find 3 Squaddles getting free reign though. That at least pick off Cry. The Diva is gonna challenge her on the high ground. That new hook time is gonna make it really difficult for her to get out of there at all. Gonna get a sort of a gimpy hook, if I can say that. It's gonna get out of there at the last second. Diva's gonna challenge the high ground and make sure Widow doesn't reset.
Yeah, with this Widow here, you're really in the Mercy, especially. You're not really looking to jump into the fight. You don't want to ball here. You try not to ball. You're just trying to buy enough space for your Widowmaker, buy angles for your Widowmaker. But as I say that, we keep the Mercy and we're swapping off the Widowmaker to a May. much more of a front line, and Zebra is dead to a flying projectile. From
Gonna get res. Cry's gonna go down though.
To flying projectile.
Zebra's back. Cry's out. So Rock Lobster gonna hold it on point. Intech's gonna take it to that wall. Not gonna find any value there. Core and Kirby gonna go down. It looks like here that Odyssey's gonna clean off the act and get back point with about 45%, no, 44% on the board.
Yeah, now the Mercy's in a defensive position. The real problem with the Mercy in this composition is that pushing into a point, it doesn't offer you much. Its healing is a little bit, like, its healing is definitely more than a Lucio single target, but kind of you want more of that speed boost, really, on attacking. But on defense, Mercy can get rests off if need be, but it'll be difficult.
And that made a big difference in that last fight we saw where Zebra is going to be first one back. Terrafu Shatter comes down, but going to be counter shattered here as Rock Lobster goes to work. Cry's going to find a pick on Zebra. Shield's going to go up, find the Diva Bomb into the wall. Pin goes up. Mercy's going to keep healing Terrafu, but will that be enough? He's going to go down to one. Wall comes up. High Noon's going to just push everyone to the other side of the point. Raccoon's going to get frozen, D-mech'd. And it looks like Odyssey's going to have to head for the hills.
I want to see the Mercy swap off here. I don't think you need a Mercy. I don't think it's at all what you should be having here. Valkyrie doesn't offer you much. It's very lackluster ultimates as a support ult when you have comparisons to like Lucio Beat or Transcend. Like, you're not going to play Zen here, but yeah, we do see the Lucio. But like Lucio Beat is a much better defensive ultimate than a Valkyrie ever could be. And now we see
that's a very good timely swap.
50% to 50% here as the Blizzard available for both sides, but also the Beat available for Thunderous.
So are my eyes right? We see a mirror comp. Terrafu gets a fantastic wall. Not quite the shatter, but not able to find Terrafu. Both Blizzards coming up. Beat drop goes down. Defensive ult city happening right here in Busan. Of course, we're going to find Paradox. Terrafu's going to go down as well.
We actually saw Squaddler flank all around Busan, all the way to the point to go in a flank Blizzard.
Flanking Mei is terrifying.
It's terrifying, but also an odd choice as the front line got with the Mei wall available, as there's 90% here, and it's going to be difficult getting through this one choke with wall, but wall's already out, and Corspot is going, no cryo. We do see here them trying to touch points, Zebra Cookie dying to the bomb for Amphetamine, and so is Terrafu. All they have to do is just turn point and try and win this fight.
That's like looking in the Twitch chat. I'm being told that Epic is the preferred title name, so we're gonna we'll return to chat here in a second. As we see 99% dinging into overtime. Mixer gonna go down here for Odyssey. Paradox gonna join him in the Grey Bullet. Supports go down. Raccoon's gonna join him. Overtime clock ticking at 6-on-1 on point. Tracer's gonna dance around. Zebra gonna look for any sort of pick. Try to keep these fights going. We've seen them last very long if they get the chance. Winston's gonna hop on point. Bubble goes down. Moira Ult's gonna find them through it, and that's gonna end the first round to Rock Lobster.
Yeah, Rock Lobster trying to just end this match. They're trying to take this Busan here, but they still have one more round. But also, did you say that in chat? Someone said his preferred name is Epic instead of Epicit?
Yes, I'm getting that.
What? Okay. So maybe next time, if you want your name to be Epic, make it look more like Epic. But that's not me. That's you.
EPIK.
Yeah, Epic, great name. But also, no, I'm sorry, I don't mean to. Actually, great name. But yeah, Epic was not my list of things that I thought it would be. But despite that, we will be seeing Mecha Base here. No Junkrat from Squaddle, but do we see a Hanzo instead of a Mei from Zebra?
No, Reaper. So they're going to go Reaper with a Peridot on Lucio to start out here. So instead of the Mercy, we see a Reaper. They're going to take that to the Mei here. Again, a lot of times we talk about the best counter to a Mei is another Mei. So we're taking a Reaper gun to a Mei fight, and we'll see how that pays off for them here.
We'll see how that pays off. The wall coming out here early. And
Terrafu, another incredible wall here from Corspec. Really getting the best of Terrafu's positioning as Terrafu's going up just a little bit too far, getting caught by that Mei wall early. Intex goes for that pin, finds on Terrafu. Zebra Cookie's going to go down. That's a 6-on-4. But they forgot about point here. So we're going to wait and see if they have time actually to cap. They might be able to... No, they're not going to be able to contest.
That should be the cap coming in. That should be the cap coming in here, but you did see the Mei wall coming out, allowing the pin to come out, and Terrafu went flying as a pin from a Reinhardt is very, very, very deadly. 300 damage.
They might have to think about going underneath here, you would think, right? You can't go high ground into the... You might have to try to get through where the Mei is, and as they go to the far wall, They counter pin each other, and Terrafu's gonna get sort of the short end of the stick on that exchange. The freezes are coming in, and really sort of on mech. Shatter comes in a little late, maybe not necessary, but that's gonna clean up the fight. And so, I mean, I think about this in terms of you can't go through a doorway with a Mei if you don't have one yourself, as we see you actually make the swap.
We see the Mei coming out here, but into this at this point specifically, you want to try and trick the offense into where you're gonna go, so they can't rotate fast enough. But they've already done that. It seems that Rock Lobster are not checking the angles properly, and they get bamboozled as they have to now play point, and now the high gun available for Odyssey. DM coming out, stopping the high noon. The high noon coming out here from Odyssey does find the Diva mech.
Yeah, Christo finds the Raccoon mech. Diva Bomb comes out, not going to find anybody. Intex finds Squaddle here as they try to claw their way back out. Thunder's going to push Zebra Cookie off the map here. Odyssey really sort of caught in a bad situation. Terrafu's got Shattered, Raccoon's got Bomb. I believe that's Bomb and not a remech. So they've got roughly about one more fight here to make things happen.
As you were saying earlier, though, you cannot walk into this choke point where there's a Mei on the other side. You have to try and suggest you're going top side and then rotate quickly with a speed boost to the other side. Try to, but they don't seem to be doing that. They want to push into this Mei. But the counter Mei wall, the 9 line of sight.
That's really a very nice wall. They're going to look for Cry. They're going to find him, actually. Shadow's going to come out both ways here, but Terrafu's going to find the better value, although Amphetamy's going to find 2 picks in the back. Of course, Break's going to go down. They're going to continue to trade. Like many fights, we're not going to call this one too early. Intex is going to go down. Back cap coming in of sorts. Amphetamy's going to hop out of Mac here, and that's going to be a recap for Odyssey.
Yeah. A well done counter wall denying the line of sight for Core Spike, and when you don't have line of sight, obviously the Mei cannot wall off, and that is kind of the counter. If you want to walk through the choke with the Mei, you have to properly track what side of the wall, what side the Mei is on, and then wall that side. So really well done from them, and despite the good shadows coming out from both sides, positioning advantage went to Odyssey there.
And so they're going to get a free choke push here, and they're going to get Squaddle out of the gate right away. High Noon going to come up, Moira Ult coming out. He's going to find Raccoon. That's a 4-on-2 advantage very early on here. Lucio Beat's going to go right to the Blizzard here, and that's going to be effectively an ace here. As Rock Lobster recaps, they might be able to just run out the overtime clock here. Squaddle rates on the point. He's not going to get there in time.
Rock Lobster.
The match goes to Rock Lobster.
Yeah, taking the series 3-1 there. Just actually a pretty dominant boost on. Like, actually a really dominant boost on if you think about it. Like, they did very well. Contrary to the first control point, which Odyssey did win, the one map they did pick up, that Rock Lobster seemed more in control the entire time. It was well done by Rock Lobster, and congratulations to them for moving on into the playoffs, further into the playoffs. Odyssey, unfortunately, is eliminated here as a single elimination bracket, but they did play the hearts out. A couple very close maps, especially Volsky, a very close map. So hats off to them as well. And good luck to everyone. Again, MVP voting. Please vote for your MVP. Of course, Rock Lobster won, but give some love to everybody. Very well played from both sides. I think my MVP, it's difficult because there was a lot of good plays from a lot of different people on both sides. And I don't think I could pinpoint exactly one player on one team. Perhaps Raccoon had a pretty good game.
I'm tempted to go Cry. Like, I mean, I liked a lot of what Zebra Cookie did.
Well, but I'd say Epic. Epic also had some very epic plays.
Yeah, they
Spark with the walls though. Core Spark with the walls did very well as well. So
yeah, I mean, I like if you're making me pick, I'd probably go Cry just for really consistent play. But I mean, there's an argument to be made if another person sits here that's a support main and watches Kirby, they're probably sitting there like, oh my god, are you blind? Like, because Kirby just had such a solid round.
Very well. Kirby did extremely well. But for me, it comes down to like a couple people: Kirby, Core Spark, Epic, and then on Odyssey side, I'd say Zebra Cookie. Zebra Cookie did really well. Had some great high noon, some good flanks, but I'd say those are probably my picks for MVP. Of course, I'm not the one voting, it's you, the viewers, so please get on that as we wait for that. Pull on the viewer for a interview. We should be seeing here shortly, but as we wait for that that result to come in, again, please, as Paula said multiple times, @_Revolution OW on Twitter. We want to keep up with the playoffs. that's the place to follow. Also, if you also want to keep up the playoffs and join our lovely, lovely community, you do have Discord, which is discord.revolutionesports.games/ or !Discord in the chat. Much easier than typing all that in, I would say. Also, Patreon, there's a link down below in the channel. All donations help to come in the community. I know it is tough times, and by no means am I trying to force you to end anything. Of course, tough times, and I understand it as all, but everything does go back into the community, go back into prize pools and all that kind of thing. So if you are willing to, absolutely willing to, that is also an option. And of course, if you are interested in Rogue Energy, there's an affiliate link down below in the channel, or you can use our discount code TORB10, TORB10. That will be that as we finish this up and move into MVP interviews.
So once we figure out, I'm waiting for the voice in my head, the voice in my ear to tell me how we find out the MVP.
Cry did in fact win MVP, as you said, Paul.
Hey, people's
really,
choice.
The people's champion, really showing off here. What?
So we'll see if we can get Cry in here for an interview. Also, really quick before Cry joins, a quick plug for ourselves. Shape is spearheading Revolution Esports here, so please join the community so you can be part of this wonderful thing that she has created and brought us into. Shameless plug at PaulyC on Twitter. I literally just set it up today for myself. Worst, can we find you anywhere?
You can find me on Twitter at worstwplayer, but you don't have to follow. I don't do much on there, but I would say, and my shout out does go to, wash your hands, self-isolate, and be safe. Again, you as a community, we need to watch out for each other, and everyone needs to be safe out here in these troubling times, in these very tough times on a lot of people. So I just hope that everyone can be safe. That's my hope. That's my shout out. I want everyone to be safe.
Is there no option to vote for?
We do have Cry joining us.
Hello.
Cry. How are you, Cry? How's it feel?
That was insane. I'm pumped.
Really fun match to cast there. You gave us some very good maps, and just really fun to watch.
Thank you. It was even more fun to play, I guarantee that.
So how did that? So walk us through Busan, because you guys really took over. So we saw a lot of back and forth fights throughout the whole thing. But walk me through how it felt and what you guys were looking for on Busan.
Right after Volskaya, we just sat down. We just collectively took a breather, and then we said, "Okay, focus forward. Those maps are behind us. They're in the past. Let's focus forward. We got this. It's Busan. This is a good map for us, and we took it."
Yeah.
And I was saying, so some of those really prolonged fights that we saw, what was the mood like on the team? Was it frustration? Was it excitement? Was it just a lot of expletives? I mean, what are we talking about here?
For the prolonged fights, it was definitely many targets being called, and it was just hard to keep up. And actually, on the last fight for Busan, we called a dry push because we had 99 and we wanted to draw it outs, but then I saw the Moira pop Coalescence out in the open, Lucia was out in the open, and the baby Diva was as well. So then I directly disobeyed the dry push order, and then we won the fight.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, man. But also, I want to say, what does it mean for you to winning MVP in this match? I know it's a team effort, but to win MVP, to be singled out by the people as the MVP of this match, how does that feel?
It's pretty crazy. It's pretty insane. It's a huge honor. Thank you.
Yeah, don't thank me. Thank the people that voted you in, and also thank yourself for being a great player in our match today and winning this. It was actually at some points it was very hectic to cast. It was very hectic to watch, but it did seem that you guys pulled it out in the end, winning 3-1. But that scoreline does not reflect how close some of those maps were. So
all the maps were some of the closest games of Overwatch I played in 2 silver border accounts. So yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so what's next before round 2? Are you all going back to the drawing board, taking a couple of days off? What's gonna be your focus?
Our playoff game is tomorrow night, so we're gonna go into it just hopefully keeping the momentum forward.
Yeah, well, good luck to you.
Good luck, Cry. Thank you so much for joining
good luck
us.
to you.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Have a good night, guys.
Yeah,
you
good
too,
night, Cry. And yeah, that was Cry, the player for Lobster that came in on Rialto, popped off on Widow. I forgot to ask that about him, but his Widow was
disobeyed orders. He disobeyed the dry fight orders
as well, but it worked. So you know what that means.
Sometimes you gotta So yeah,
Sometimes you gotta,
winning
sometimes you
changes everything.
winning changes the perspective. But yeah, that'll looking to be all for us today. Again, this has been Revolution, and this has been your playoffs. Paul, you want to take us out?
Yeah, so thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back with action, I believe, for the rest of the week. It might not be tomorrow night, but definitely Wednesday through Sunday. If please join the Discord, check us out. You'll be able to find the full schedule there. We'll have playoff action come at you live those rest of those nights. It will be different casters, different producers throughout the week. So if you want to see a variety of people and matches, Division 3, Division 2, Division 1, and GM action coming at you in the single elimination bracket, best of fives. This is going to be the best Overwatch you're going to get this week. So thank you for tuning in for Worst Overwatch Player, for myself, Paul, for Shape, our producer, and for Revolution, Overwatch, and Esports. Again, thank you for tuning in, and stay safe and have a wonderful night.